Good day, LA Beast here. Today I have two goals. One, and the second, 50 cracked and broken eggs.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Banehorse, and welcome to this week's episode of YouTube Sculpting. In this series, I seek some of my favorite YouTube people and sculpt them, all while giving some info and stories about these people. This week's YouTuber is Skippy62able, or better known as the LA Beast. This man is known for his insane eating challenges, not just the wimpy stuff such as the gallon challenge where you have to drink a gallon of milk in under an hour, which he completed in 20 minutes by the way, but things like consuming 50 raw eggs in 2.5 minutes out of the world's largest beer glass, eating 2 cacti, the LA Beast versus 150 McDonald's chicken McNuggets, consuming 150 warheads and getting his mouth torn up by them. There are so many good videos he created, pushing his body to the limit of what he can handle, and I am going to tell you guys some of my favorites. First off, I think the very first video I saw of his was where he drank a 20-year-old bottle of Crystal Pepsi, which did not end well for him. That was a few years ago, and I've been watching his stuff ever since. A warning to you all though, this guy pushes himself and how much he can eat to the limit, and obviously when you eat or drink something in excess, there's only one place for it to go. So if you get grossed out easily, some of his videos have him puking, so you have been warned. Either way, they are still entertaining to watch. There are times where I feel bad for the guy because of how much pain he seems to put himself through, but at the same time I can't really feel bad for him because he's doing it to himself. For example, there was an episode where he eats an entire box of crayons, and then you see him later sitting on the toilet in pain pooping rainbows. But it's not like it's some random dude just doing this stuff. He's a professional competitive eater who in 2012 was ranked 16th best competitive eater in the world. In 2016, to qualify for Wing Bowl 24, he ate 24 raw eggs with the shell on in under 4 minutes. But besides competitive eating, he makes his own challenges and films them for YouTube. Personally, one of my favorite challenges he did was eating the unofficial world's hottest pepper, the chocolate bootla. Now the official world's hottest pepper is the Carolina Reaper, but supposedly this pepper beats that, and he ate not one, but 2 chocolate bootlas. If that doesn't scream beast, I do not know what does. He's a pretty inspiring guy despite doing some of the stunts he does. For me, he has shown me the power of mind over matter. In most of his videos, he has to chant to himself, mind over matter. Because sometimes he's eating some less than flattering food, such as the balut. For anyone who doesn't know what this is, it's a developing bird embryo that is boiled and then eaten from its shell. Doesn't that sound delicious? But besides doing these incredible eating challenges, the Beast started his own movement campaign to bring back Crystal Pepsi. The movement started back in 2015, where the LA Beast and his fans tweeted at Pepsi, #BringBackCrystalPepsi. Following this, a petition was born that had received around 33,000 signatures. His movement was so popular that he received a message from Pepsi to shut the hell up. No, just kidding. He received a message of thanks for trying to get the product back on shelves and that they were actually coming up with a strategy for the beverage. Then in December of 2015, Pepsi had an actual re-release of the Crystal Pepsi as a sweepstakes prize. When the Beast wants something done, he gets it done. Currently on his channel, he has taken a break from the eating challenges, although he does do them every once in a while, but he has moved his focus onto training. Training to be the fastest person to walk across freaking America. He's like the Forrest Gump of our era. In his most recent video, he walked 60 miles in 28 hours, once again redefining the name LA Beast. So in this sculpture, I decided to make his facial pose based on his most iconic picture. Also, for this sculpture, I decided to color his face in before doing the rest of the body. This is because I get to see the final product of the face and I can make sure it resembles the beast. One of the things that I've struggled with over time is getting the likeness of a person down. This is partially because when I'm trying to get the likeness, I am often looking at a head with no eyes, nose, or mouth. The other part being that I am just not the greatest with likenesses, but I feel like I'm definitely getting better. The next step, after I'm done with the head, is coming up with his pose. I didn't want to make him like most of my other sculpts, where either their arms were folded or on their hips, so I figured why not have him holding some of the items he's ingested. One item I knew he had to hold was his giant beer glass. This glass was in a multitude of videos, holding various liquids and objects from eggs to milk mixed with Red Bull and limes. Truly, it is an iconic piece of the LA Beast brand. The other prop I added in his other hand was a cactus. When I first saw the video of him eating a cactus, I was shocked to say the least, because I've owned a cactus before, and even just touching it you get stabbed by the spines. So how a person could eat one was pretty insane to me, but believable, considering some of the other things the beast has eaten. I also figured this would be a good prop to add because, now this is going to be a ZBrush term, but because it would be a good way to try out using nanomesh in ZBrush. For the people who don't use ZBrush, nanomesh is a quick way to add multiple subtools onto an object. So for example, the cactus has a ton of spines. If I were to sculpt a spine and have to manually place each one, it would take me a really long time. With nanomesh, you create one spine and then can project it onto all the vertices of that geometry, essentially adding all the cactus spines at once. Also, the beast ate a cactus on stage at Wing Bowl 24, so I guess that's another good reason to add it. And for his shoes, since you never really see them in his videos, I had a hard time coming up with what type they should be. But then his new video came out showing his running shoes, and since his new goal is to walk across America, I figured running shoes would be the perfect addition to tie up this sculpt. So if you haven't seen any of his videos, I would definitely go and check them out. I will link to his channel in the description. Beast, if you see this, keep up the good work, and I'm rooting for you with the Walk Across America challenge. Hit me up when you get to the East Coast and we'll have a chicken wing eating contest. I know I'll win. So after about 3 days of sculpting, we get a nice steaming pile of Beast. This was a fun sculpt because the Beast has a fairly distinct face. If you guys want to see the different drawings I did for his face, check out my Facebook page in the description. The first few drawings always look terrible and then they progressively get better. But that's all for today. Make sure you guys visit again next week for a new type of video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and remember to like and subscribe if you want to see more of these sculptures. Anyways, I'm Banehorse, and remember to keep on creating.
Goodbye.